Student, I am T. Sasikala. Today I am going to teach you 8th standard civics. Let us start with chapter 1, how the state government works. Before going into the lesson, let us take a look at the topic which we are going to cover in this lesson. First one, the state executive. Second one, powers and function of the governor. Third one, powers and function of the chief minister. Fourth one, legislative assembly and council. Finally, state judiciary. Okay, let us move on to the first topic, the state executive, which include the governor and the chief minister. Before going into the topic governor, let me tell you the name of current Tamil Nadu governor. His name is Banwarilal Purohit. Okay student, now let us move into the topic governor. The constitution provides for the post of the governor as the head of the state in India. He is appointed by President of India. He is the constitutional head of the state. The governor is appointed for a term of 5 years. To be the governor, a person must be citizen of India and should have completed 35 years of age. And he cannot be member of the parliament or the state legislature. He should not hold any office of profit. But remember student, president has all the rights to dismiss the governor in between this period, and also governor can resign on his own. Now moving on to the next topic, powers and function for the governor. The governor is the chief executive in a state. He appoints the chief minister and the council of ministers. He makes some appointments of the state government, such as the advocate general, chairman and others. The governor also acts as chancellor of state universities. He can dissolve the legislative assembly. Money bills can be introduced in the state legislative assembly only week. The annual budget of the state government is laid before the legislature with the approval of the governor. The contingency fund of the state is also placed at the disposal of the governor. Okay student, do you understand powers and function of the governor? Let us move on the next topic, position of the governor. The position of the governor of a state is compared to the president of India as nominal executive. He can exercise his powers in the real sense on some occasional. He acts as an agent of the central government in state. He is responsible for maintaining relation between the central government and the state government. The governor takes independent decisions while exercising discretionary powers. He may seek information from the council of ministers regarding various activities of the government. The governor can also nominate one member from the Anglo-Indian community to the legislative assembly if there are Anglo-Indian people in a state and when they are not duly represented in the state legislature. He may also nominate 1/6 members of the legislature council from among persons who are expert in the field of science, literature, arts, social service and cooperative movement. Usually the president declares emergency in the state on the basis of the report of the governor regarding the law and order situation in the state. For example, at this current situation regarding coronavirus crisis, the governor has the right to suggest the government to apply or remove the lockdown by considering law and order situation. Okay student, now moving to the topic chief minister. Generally, the governor only appoints the chief minister based on the election result. Chief minister should be selected from the majority party in the state legislative assembly. State executive consists of a governor and a council of ministers headed by the chief minister. For example, Tamil Nadu current chief minister is Honorable Edappadi Palaniswamy, and there are different ministers like health minister, education minister, etc. who are working under him. Chief Minister is the head of the State Council of Ministers. The Chief Minister has no fixed term of office. He remains in the office so long as gets support of the majority member of the Legislative Assembly. When he loses support in the legislature, he has to resign. The resignation of the Chief Minister means the resignation of the whole Council of Ministers in the state. The Chief Minister must be member of the state legislature. If he is not a member of the state legislature at the time of his taking over charge, he must be so within a period of 6 months. Okay students, now moving to the topic power and function of the chief minister. The chief minister is the chief administration of the state. All major decisions of the state government are taken under his leadership. The chief minister plays an important role in the formation of the council of ministers. On the advice of the chief minister, the governor appoints the other ministers. The chief minister supervises the activities of different ministers. The chief minister plays an important role in making policies of the state government. He plays an important role in making higher appointments of the state government. The governor appoints different higher officials of the state government on the advice of the chief minister and his council of ministers. Now we can move on the topic. The legislative, it has two subtopics: Legislative Council, Legislative Assembly. The Legislative Council must not be less than 40 and not more than 1/3 Legislative Assembly of the state. The members of the Legislative Council are elected indirectly. 1/3 of its members are elected by the local government bodies. Another 1/3 is elected by the member of the Legislative Assembly. 1/12 is elected by the graduate of the constituency. Another 1/12 by the teachers of secondary school, college and universities. 1/6 of the members of the Legislative Council are nominated by the Governor of the state. The Legislative Council as a permanent house. 1/3 of the members retire every 2 years and elections are held to fill the vacant seats. The members are elected for a term of 6 years. To be a member of the Legislative Council, one must be a citizen of India and should have completed 30 years of age. Continue. Next one, Legislative Assembly. The people who make the law of state government are called members of Legislative Assembly. MLAs are chosen from different constituencies. For the election of MLAs, the entire state is divided into different constituents. These constituents are called the legislative constituents. One legislative constituent may have 1 lakh or even more people. One MLA is chosen from each legislative constituency to represent the Legislative Assembly. That's all for today class. Tomorrow we'll continue next topic. Go through the video once again if you have any doubts. Okay student, bye.